morning. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Tiny Piece Garden. So this is Lake Leatherwood. You've seen it once before, just my answer would be not in bloom. Hang on, Panda. Good girl, good girl. All the baby lily pads are all blooming yellow, and there's a couple of larger lily pads. See if I can find them now on the camera. There they go. That are also in bloom. Isn't that pretty? Very vibrant yellow. Anyway, Panda and her friend are impatient. They're like, stop talking, Mom. Get for the walk. I just figured I'd share. It's a pretty view. Yes, it's Miss Panda and her BFF. They're playing in the water. They're chasing the baby minnows that are on the shoreline. You can tell all the yellow, smaller lilies just create that yellow shoreline. There's some bigger ones with buds on it, but they're not in bloom over at this angle. But it is a pretty spot. Even Panda loves it. So here's another spot at the lake stay. Got Panda on leash and have keeping her out. They've got just an entire flock of Canadian geese here, hanging out in between all the lily pads. Just thought I'd share. Lots of lilies down here in bloom too. So we've been home now for a little while, and yeah, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go check for eggs, but I also want to look around and go measure the water back in the garden tanks. I want to see how much rain we got. And I look at this garden here and it still looks relatively dry. It did not look dry this morning. And all my plants are nice and perky, but again, it's been excessively hot again today. Heat advisories, etc. So I want to go check the plants in the garden. I also need to refill my hummingbird feeder there. He's come by a couple of times and kind of book at me. They click. They don't actually buck like a chicken, but he's clicking at me. He's letting me know it's empty. So anyway, let me go check on some stuff. I'll be back. So I don't often show my stick. See the holes? Every hole on the stick is 100 gallons worth. So now when I measured it the other day before the rain, that's the 200-gallon hole there, and it was in between 200 and 300 gallons. Today it is at 300 gallons. So, in my world, that's if a tank to go up 50 gallons, my tanks are large. I got enough rain that for the most part, I don't need to water. Not full on. There will be a couple of things I will do. The tomatoes, because they're in buckets, will get some water from me. And the line that's got the peppers will get some water. Just because it's been so hot. But the trees don't need it. And that becomes the mini orchard. And the annual stuff that was planted in there is just because I had space. So I will do a little watering, not a lot of watering. Same thing over here in Garden 2 with the asparagus, etc. It doesn't need to be watered. Need to do the fig trees for the same reason. My tanks went up 50 gallons. I got enough rain that they can wait until Tuesday. Tuesday will be the next day that I need to water. And that's a couple of days from now. So, let me go on and get busy. I got some collected eggs and pick some tomatoes and, let me get them to the house and then I'll come back to the garden 3 here and I've already turned the tomatoes on because I knew I was watering them just off of how the barrels looked. Because they're in the bucket and not in the ground, they dry out differently. And when I did the barrels, the bottom half is full of wood, not actually soil. So again, they have a different dry out rate. So those I'll just let the water on, but I'll probably come back and just get my little 2-gallon waterer and fill it up and water like the green beans and the peppers individually and just keep right on rolling. So anyway, let me take food to the house. Talk to you in a few.